One of my Twitter followers, tagged me in this particular post where you have this individual who was a pastor out of Michigan who has just now been accused of not only sexually assaulting someone, but also drugging them. Now, this guy is a pastor, and his name is Christopher Cox. How ironic his last name is Cox. And what makes this real interesting is that he didn't do the typical mess with little boys thing. He didn't do the mess with little girls thing. He didn't do the mess with women thing. This man sexually assaulted grown ass men. And he used drugs as a way of doing it. Now, mind you, like I said, he is a pastor. But in this day and age, or in any age, that don't mean shit. So let me go ahead and read this article coming from clickondetroit.com. A Michigan pastor is accused of luring young men into his office by promising them crystal meth, then drugging and sexually assaulting them, according to police. Christopher Cox, age 41, a pastor at Traverse City Area Church, is accused of sexually assaulting a 19-year-old man on March 12th at his business office in Garfield Township. The 19-year-old told state police that Cox contacted him on Facebook and lured him into his office with a promise of crystal meth. Police said Cox gave the 19-year-old meth and GHB, which is also known as the date rape drug. The 19-year-old told police he was incapacitated by the drugs and that Cox sexually assaulted him in the office. He was taken to Munson Medical Center where evidence supported his claims that he was sexually assaulted. Police said they executed a search warrant at Cox's home and business office on March 18th. Officials said they seized several mobile devices, crystal meth, GHB, digital scales, and packaging materials. A second victim was discovered March 22nd. The 26-year-old man told police a nearly identical story, but added that he was threatened by Cox not to report the incident. Cox was found and arrested Friday in Muskegon, police said. When he was taken into custody, Cox was in possession of a packaged white substance believed to be meth. He was taken into the Grand Traverse County Jail. Cox is charged with 2 counts of first-degree criminal sexual conduct and 1 count of possession with intent to deliver methamphetamine. Additional charges are possible in Muskegon, officials said. Cox is currently being held in lieu of a $100,000 bail. Keep his ass there. That's all I have to say. Now, I said the interesting part was that these weren't kids that he was messing with. It wasn't even grown women. It was other grown men that he was doing. He was using drugs in order to prey on these individuals. This is another reason why I don't really go into the church anymore. Because of all these damn stories like this. Now, is Me Too going to say anything about this? I highly doubt it. One, because this is a white man. He's a low-tier white man. He's not up there on the upper echelon ladder. And then he sexually assaulted other men who I can only assume were white because he promised them crystal meth. And I don't know too many black people that mess with crystal meth like that or at all. Now, if they said that this was Ed Buck, then I wouldn't have to question what the identity of, because based on his sordid history. And speaking of Ed Buck, how come we don't hear too much about his ass anymore? The only time, isn't it ironic, the only time we ever hear about Ed Buck is when a black man ends up dead in his home? That's the only time we ever hear about his old wrinkly ass. But yeah, lock this guy under the jail, please and thank you. Y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one.